live. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It's another episode of Venture Maidens, episode 67. Oh boy. We're back. We're back to fulfill the hellish promise of last episode. And boy, is the weather in real life just living up to that expectations. We are feeling the heat. Technically, in the show, it's fall. Let's all imagine right now we're actually in autumn and comfortable. And
wearing a sweater.
Yeah, it's like misty outside. And, we're like, ooh, a little chilly. Yeah, let me get my light cardigan. Let's live there for a moment before we dive into this. We're recording this episode coming live to you from 90 plus degree weather in all of our states. So enjoy. Also consider backing us on Patreon and all other podcasters you love. Because boy, you have to record without fans on, kids. Don't forget that. Anyway, enough of that. Hey everybody, this is Venture Maidens. We're a D&D actual play podcast. Wait, D&D 5th edition / Tales the Valiant actual play live stream and podcast. This isn't a very adult themed show. Just in general, we keep up some content warnings, specifically body horror, just because of, graphic fantasy violence descriptions, things like that. We do have some other content warnings, probably anticipating for this little arc here. We are dealing with devils, so you can expect to see some darker themes. It's hard to say specifically which right now because we are doing sort of a self-guided skill challenge, but you can expect things like sexual content, maybe a little devilish manipulation, that sort of thing. If you are sensitive to content warnings right now, you should go look in the chat if you're watching this live and see what content warnings come up over the course of this episode. Or if you are listening to this, you can check in your podcast app right there what content warnings are going to be relevant for the show. Beyond that, let's do it. Let's get into it. So, hey everybody, my name is Celeste Konowich, and tonight I will be your game master.
Hello, I'm Brittany Quintero. I'm going to be your Eldrin cleric, Morana.
Hello, I'm Nassim, and I'm going to be your orc fighter druid, Tony Silvertail.
And I'm Sage, and tonight I will be your... let's see.
I know, you've used
your
so many
swanky
good ones.
satyr bard,
Swanky
Aoife Flannery.
Swanky.
Swanky, your socialite theater, Eva. Yes. So as we have mentioned, last time we were in the midst, we started a big ol' skill challenge. Essentially, we are in this devilish home, enjoying a party, a very rich people weekend affair, and over the course of which we're doing the skill challenge to try and convince, of course, this group of Diabolists that our own Aoife is one of their number, to let her into their inner circle. So, in perhaps of maybe procuring an invitation to go see this curator everybody's talking about. But yeah, let's talk a little bit about specifically what happened last time. Travel back in time. What happened, guys?
Yeah, it was our first day at the estate, and we all had kind of laid out our plans for how we wanted to tackle these 4 Diabolists who are here, who Aoife is trying to impress.
Yep.
And so Tony decided that she wanted to challenge the servants of Calpurnia to a friendly game, a not so friendly game of poker. In order to, learn more about, how, you gotta dig up the dirt on the employer, find those good secrets, get the sense of like, how does everyone feel like they're being treated by their employers? Because that really says a lot about the person. And so Tony, or I should say Felicia, was absolutely victorious.
Yes.
And Morana had taken upon herself to catch the eye of the very roguish and handsome man.
Virgil Montfort.
Virgil. There we go. Virgil. And so she had ended up just absolutely
smizing her way into his eyes, into his heart.
Charming this man.
Smizing. Charm the pants off of him with a very touching sob story about, I was murdered by my late husband, and now I'm getting revenge.
Yeah. And now Aoife's helping me get revenge.
She came to me, and I awoke from a tomb after being dead for maybe 2,000 years, and now she's helping me fulfill my desire to get revenge, and she's so powerful, and what a powerful ally she could be to you. And he's like, oh wow, tell me more.
Verona was also very sincerely saying that. Like, she wasn't like, that was her truth, as she was like, I don't really know how I was murdered, but yeah, but like yes. But she was telling the truth with a little bit of garnish.
Little spice, little sparkle. Mostly the truth, as all the best lies are. Pretty much rooted in truth, with some exceptions. Yep.
And then Aoife did an arousing performance dedicated to our dear hostess, Alara Bellhouse, to be like, oh, you thought that you were going to just go and, spend the evening with these floozies? I'm the prize. You want the prize.
Yep.
And we're going to spend the whole evening together, and you're going to love it.
Yep. And she did. Because you guys fucking crushed this skill challenge. Yes. Good recap. And then, right at the end there, we talked a little bit about, like, maybe some plans for today, but we'll dig right into that. But yes, so we had started that skill challenge. And as a very quick reminder of how skill challenges work, essentially they do work like every other kind of encounter that is driven by initiative. So we have rolled initiative at this point. So that means that this time, for basically the second round of the skill challenge, we're going to go in order once again. It's going to be Tony, and then we have Marana, and then Aoife are going to be following things up, making an attempt to basically, I have a DC for a check that is necessary for you all to roll on. We did find out it was DC 16. Last time we hit just that target number. So essentially, we're role-playing these little scenes, what you are doing, how you're using your skills or proficiencies to further Aoife's goal here. So, as a reminder, once again, the goal of this skill challenge, and something to keep in mind that should inform every choice we make here, is, I think I even wrote it out, goal. So use any combination of bribery, flattery, persuasion, blackmail, or threats to convince 4 different Diabolists that Aoife is worthy of an invite to their super secret Diabolist club meeting. So that is the ultimate goal. So everything we do is in service of that goal. So all of you made great progress last time going around with this. And we did, as a rule, a reminder, there are some limitations on the skills we can use. For this. Luckily, last time, both Tony and Marana used, it was either insight or persuasion. Both of you used associated challenges for this skill. So you're good. That's fine. You can keep using those skills again as much as you want. Though I, as the GM, might start imposing penalties if you try to spam those abilities. But we are now, Aoife, you did use performance last time for your challenge. And so performance is not an associated skill. That means you cannot use performance. No one can use performance again for the duration of this challenge.
Got it.
Yep. All right. So we've done some wheeling and dealing. We've made some progress, I would say, with 3 of our 4 Diabolists. As a reminder, the Diabolist you now haven't done anything yet with is our dear friend Finch Latimer, who is the male tiefling, who is the Diabolist of Mephistopheles, who's like kind of associated with arcane power, wizardry, weird, magical nonsense. Finch is the unapologetic, I'm a fucking wizard, deal with it kind of guy. So sort of the wild card of the group in this den of political wolves, as it were. So yes, did we want to go around before we dive into it and do a quick reminder? I know we had kind of talked at the end about some strategies, some thoughts we had, before we just slide right in here.
Yeah, we had the morning powwow before we all break off and go to breakfast and start conquering, and definitely Aoife would pipe up and say that her goal is to corner Mr. Finch Latimer and to be like, here, look at this wonderful, amazing potion. There's only 4 in the world.
Isn't it neat?
And this one's just for you.
You enjoy that.
Yes, also during our pre-breakfast powwow, Tony will encourage Aoife to bring up a hunting game to the other Diabolists to show like a feat of strength amongst the invitees. It's a good old sportsmanship competition of strength. And you've already have your champion selected.
Yeah. I like that a lot.
Yep. And then Brittany, remind me, what were you thinking for Marana for this time around? I'm not sure if we really decided.
I don't know. I think I think Marana was very out of her depth and was like, ooh, this is fun. But then also homeboy showed up in her dreams and she was like, ooh, no, this is too real. And so she's probably going to be a little groggy when she meets you guys at breakfast and was like, I think I did everything the right way because he seems quite interested. He is charming. This is very conflicting. And so that's what she conveys to you guys.
I will offer, I don't know if you remember this, but we did talk a little bit about you trying to talk more with him to get a secret about Virgil that you could then use against him.
Oh, yeah.
We got the sense that he had like a dark and brooding past that he wasn't fully sharing. So getting something that we can hold over his head might be helpful.
And she's like, oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, my gosh. But I kind of like that little dark, broody bit about him. It makes me want to understand him more.
You're just so interesting. Tell me more.
Well, like I've got a dark and broody past and I don't even know all of it. So I think, I don't know, like I am compelled. I'm truly interested, but also for the sake of you, Aoife. Yeah. So I'm going to maybe...
2 birds, 1 stone, you know?
Yeah. Do you think he'd want to be down for that hunting? Maybe we could all do this hunting party.
Yeah, you could all certainly be figures, in the background of like Tony is the one who has to make the roll as part of the turn, but
yeah.
Obviously be, have a backseat role in each other's scenes. Absolutely.
I could go get lost in the woods with him,
No.
Could wander in the woods. Okay. Cool.
Pleasant hike.
So we want to just start things off. I guess first off, for setting things up here, because we did say, that was the end of the last evening, which was a night of wild, debaucherous partying at the masquerade ball. So I imagine this morning it's a slow start. Probably to the morning, as people are waking up, stumbling into, breakfast. House staff are basically on call, serving people and putting cups of coffee in hands, as people show up. You see familiar faces, all of the Diabolists, come in at different points and whatever. And we did discuss, did you want to whisper in Alara's ear, Aoife, about how super cool a hunt would be?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I think she would pull from like some of her bardic knowledge to be like, oh yes, and this devil that's known for, for the hunt, and like, wouldn't that be great to like really bring this weekend together with this famed tradition?
You know what archdevil might be really into hunts? You want to talk about someone who hunts people that deserve it? I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that totally does make sense. So she'd be like, in honor of who I'm here representing, dearest Poenya, the archdevil of fury and righteous retribution, I would love to hold this event. And if anyone would like to send champions to represent their archdevils, we'll make a fun game of it.
She likes that a lot. And I think that earns you some points like, okay. And I think all of you have been, making waves yesterday. So Alara is certainly like, oh, what a fantastically unique idea. I suppose you already have a champion in mind.
Oh, of course. My dear Felicia, who arrived with me, I have utter faith in her capabilities.
Your esthetician?
We each contain multitudes.
Fair enough, certainly.
She looks over and Felicia's randomly doing something really strong, like lifting up an entire leg, like cattle's leg, onto the dinner table.
Yeah, it's like, oh, wow. Such a delicate and not so delicate touch. Remarkable.
In order to get the finest dirts and minerals, you have to venture to very dangerous places.
I suppose so. Well, wonderful. I will bring this up with our other friends, and let's get this going. How would you be all right with, I know it's not traditional, but perhaps a little bit more fun, an evening hunt?
Ooh, I think that would be quite dazzling.
Your friend isn't, that's not going to be a problem?
Of course not.
Wonderful. Well, then I'll find some prey, and we'll make an event of it. Fun! She wanders off.
I do not like how she just said that. I don't like it a little bit.
No problem, BB. I got dark vision.
I got dark vision. I could see.
I'm a soldier.
Yeah. You get the feeling that is exactly what she meant. She's like, obviously, all we devil people can, devil's sight. We can see everything, but what? Yeah, okay, that's fine. Cute. All right. Is there anything you all want to do? Because this event would take place, like, later in the evening, obviously. People need to wake up from their business. Any, like, quick things y'all wanted to do or made sure happen, or conversations you want to have before we fast forward to time? Yes, Brit.
I think we should freshen up, touch base,
Yep.
and I guess, like, who's going to be there, what maybe our expectations.
Sure.
I think she's kind of thinking a little bit more like military-esque of like, all right, this is our orders. Like, Aoife, what's your command? Tony's going to be out in the field.
Yeah.
What do I do?
Yeah. Yeah, you're not, I don't know, Aoife, have you ever been to a noble hunt? Or have any of you ever engaged in this sort of thing? Or familiar with what you might even be walking into here?
Oh, she
Not
would...
a noble one, not at all. But like any other hunt of like just trying to show what you've learned, your skills. Yes, we have done that growing up. It's how we learned to hunt.
Yeah.
But it's nothing like formal for Tony.
Mm-hmm.
I think Aoife's probably read about them in like gossip magazines to be like last week at the royal like annual hunt at whoever's house, and she would like learn about it that way, but has absolutely never been to one.
Yeah. Go for it.
Oh, no, I was going to say, I don't think we're on a, well, she doesn't know, but considering the hundreds of years ago, her understanding of that hunt is probably a little bit more intense from like the way things were done way back then. Yeah. So she's like, somebody's going to die.
Well, yeah, probably. Something is going to die. That's usually at the end of a hunt. Yeah, it's... So, Aoife, from what you know, and you can, pretty quickly tell Tony, an actual, like, hunting for food and, like, survival is very different than, like, a noble sporting event style hunt. Usually, because nobles, this caters to people who aren't actually great hunters themselves. It's more of like a status game thing, which is why it's always, nobles usually they have dogs that they train and bring with them and like use to hunt. So they'll have like creatures or tools. Some even like will use like hawks or birds of prey, or they might even have squires who actually like travel with them really closely and might even do the hunting for them. So champion, it's you're not sure exactly what to expect, but you get the feeling that probably a lot of things are going to be on the table. Basically anything within these champions' purview, which means you're probably not going to be playing fair in terms of like, you're sure you're probably the best actual hunter here, but who knows what tricks these people are going to use.
So we need to give Tony a leg up.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't be a bad idea if you do have any like spells or ritual or preparations or magic items you want to put on Tony to help things along, for sure.
Well, I was gonna ask, maybe leading up to it, Tony can ask like the house staff, if they, what kind of game is in the area? Like, what is the big game? What is the little game? What can I expect to find out there?
That's also something that's unique about noble hunts. Typically, you're not hunting wildlife or local game. Typically, the noble will provide some kind of creature and set it loose, and then give everyone sort of to a running start. So it'd be like, the fine, stag that I have, provided and raised, or a specific kind of hare that they go and they set loose, right, or something here. And then they'll give the creature, like, a 30-minute start or whatever, and then we go.
Right, so it's more of like a who catches it first, whatever it is.
Yes, yeah, so it's not how much you bring back, it's you're competing with these other champions to be the first one to kill this thing and bring it back to your host, is usually how it works. So in this case, since Aoife is going to be hosting, or like the lead, did you want to be like the lead host person? It is in your Archdevil's honor.
Yeah, she definitely would.
Yeah. So it's whoever kills the thing and brings it back to Aoife first is going to be the guy.
Got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so I've got 2 ideas for spells that I can cast on you. One is haste to give you faster movement, double actions, basically to help you come back sooner.
How
the
long
other
does
one
that last?
I could think of is it lasts for a minute. The other one I could think of is Intellect Fortress. So it would give you advantage on all intelligence, wisdom, and charisma saving throws, which, assuming that they're not going to play fair, I imagine they'll probably try to, like, hold you in place, beguile you, trick you, so I feel like that might be helpful too. And that lasts for an hour.
This will certainly last more than a minute. Maybe less than an hour, though.
Okay,
so
that's
your
true.
haste will, yeah.
And both of those, are they like touch based or?
Yeah, so she would have to be like, so her thing would be like, good luck, my champion, and touch you on the shoulders and then send you off.
Right. I like the one to protect for like the charisma and wisdom saving throws and stuff, based on that. Maybe if you just throw me one of your good luck charms, that would be good too.
Yeah. And then, Marana, if you want to do an Arcanist magic aura on her as a ritual to protect her from being, like, scryed upon, that might be a cool thing too.
Yes, definitely wanted to convene about that. 1000%. Also, I get this like cool thing with I think it's a talent where I have like a stasis serum. It's like I'm trying to find the information on it because
Let me look it up. I have the VM campaign guide open right now.
Yeah, I think I think it's under the immortal
Yeah.
thing. I was trying to find it, but for some reason, like the physical copy of the book is leaving me even more lost and confused because it's pretty and distracting.
Yeah, your tier 2 feature.
Yes.
So you can brew a dose of that and it lasts for 24 hours. As an action, you can drink the tonic. When you do, you gain temporary hit points equal to your character level, which last for 8 hours. For the duration, you have advantage on death saving throws, and if you die, you are under the effects of a gentle repose for 1 year and 1 day. You can also feed it to a creature, so that is cool.
So I wanted to give that to Tony as well as I guess maybe now would be a good time to say pretty much any time before bed, I take the time to make one of those.
Yep.
Or whatever the mechanics are. Like that's part of like my routine.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So yeah, I want to give Tony a stasis serum. Thanks for finding that, Sage. And then also, if we're all still on board, definitely want to do Arcanist's magic aura.
Cool.
Which I'm in the process of trying to make a better ritual book.
Yeah, I think we talked about that one last time we used it. It was basically like you can make it so a creature can't be read or like detected. So somebody would look at Tony and be like, I don't know what you are. Like, if they looked at her with detect magic and then scrying magic doesn't work on them, yeah? I think was the summary.
False aura and mask.
Right. So you'd probably want to do, so mask is like can't read it, and then false aura would be if you wanted her to like appear as a devil or something. You could do that.
Oh, so false aura, she's not detectable with like detect magic or whatever her mana is. And then I think mask is just the way that anyway, yeah. Yes, all of the above. Do I have to pick one?
No, you can do both. It doesn't do like I was just looking over. It doesn't do like a non-detection, but it does protect from other like divination magic to discern features about you, like your creature type and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You're pixelated to the
Your tag
surveillance,
is
the magical
your Pokemon
surveillance.
type is unknown.
That's so
question
funny.
Mark, question mark, question mark.
You are pixelated. You are blurred to magical surveillance.
What? What is that? I don't know.
Sensor bar.
Center bar. Ooh. You're the
Cannot
unknown
load error
type.
error
Pokemon type.
404. Damn, 30 days. Okay. Love this. I love that fucking ritual. That's
Yeah, that's great. That's a great spell. I'm so glad you guys picked it. It's
we
good.
both have it.
I know, and it's
Maximum
fucking
damage.
great.
Oh my god.
Very useful in
Sweating.
a high magic game full of fae and fiends, my dudes. Excellent choices. You're making excellent choices. In case anyone hasn't
Like we
told you
haven't-
lately.
Like we played with you for years.
It's like we know your shit, Celeste.
Like we're onto your bullshit.
Shit you do. Damn
that we
good.
love dearly.
Listen, it's always
Okay.
it's always a surprise. It's not predictable.
Yeah.
But we do know how to prepare ourselves. That's what we'll say.
All right, Sage, are you on Nassim's chat request? On Zoom, asking to write the
I'm
thingies.
trying to
Yeah.
find it to copy paste it.
All right, wonderful. So it looks like you guys are doing the work, which is very cool. Beforehand, you're basically, you're getting Tony as buff and ready as possible. Tony, why don't, like, while this is happening, while your friends are preparing their arcaneness and whatever, you did make some, like, progress with these servants. So I'm going to give you a chance here to see if you can get a little extra room or get a little spice on what you might be walking into. So why don't you go ahead and roll me either a perception or an insight. This isn't part of the skill check. I'm just to see if you get some extra, some juicy goss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do that insight then. Oh, I don't think I will. That's going to be 8.
Okay. Everyone seems pretty harried by this. Like, oh man. So what you do get is the sense that, wow, okay, a hunt is a big deal because all of a sudden, all of the servants seem to be like, once this was called, like running about place to place, getting things ready. You see a lot of like, you're keeping like, excuse me, hey, what? Like trying to stop people. But it seems like the house staff is running an awful lot of places with an awful lot of things like jars and herbs and strange ritual implements, if you had to guess.
Okay.
Seems a little weird. And it's not just the house staff, it seems like the personal servants of each of these diabolists are like all of a sudden very busy preparing some kind of magical something.
Alrighty. I'm just trying to look up what the detect poison and disease thing does for me and how long that lasts.
Yeah. Probably not going to be super helpful for this.
Okay.
But good to know your rituals. But on that note, though, what are we going to do? Because another big part of the hunt is it's on horses, typically. What are we going to do about that?
On horses. Well, I was thinking this would be a fun time to introduce her wild shape. And she turns into a horse.
Just like, I'm a fucking horse.
I'm a fucking horse.
I do it all.
I can do it all.
Who's gonna hunt?
That would be wild. That would be, I mean, I don't know. You don't know what they would do with that. It could be really cool, or they could be like this, wait a minute. You could you could probably borrow a horse if you needed to.
Yeah, I was going to say, if not, maybe one of the staff members who I made friends with, I'll just be like, hey, I'm sure all the best horses already like accounted for, but like if there's something reliable left over, if I could maybe borrow that, and then also like go and introduce myself to the horse too, like have a little chat with it.
Yeah. I think no matter what way you swing it, you're going to have to bribe somebody to let you use a horse. So I think y'all are going to have to pay like 5 gold to get one of these horses.
Worth 5 gold.
Subtract it from your party gold. For bribes. Yeah, they're like, haha, yeah, you're my friend, but haha.
For the hunt.
Yeah. Money, please. Yes, I'll let you pick. What kind of horse would you like? Because, of course, Alara has a fully equipped, lovely stable, and a lot of the nobles who have come in attendance who aren't going to be participating in the hunt, but are still here, brought the horses too, right? So, what kind of horse do you want? Keep in mind you might be running through woods. So probably not like proper like tangle woods, because that's gonna, that would fucking kill horses, but a little bit of brush, mostly maybe hilly terrain kind of in the area, so something sure-footed is gonna be critical.
I want Brittany to tell me what she's thinking about right now, because our horse girl's freaking out, and basically, I really only know.
Yeah, you can kind of prioritize speed or like sturdiness is sort of the two kind of general things you can do. Like a heavier horse that's going to be more sure-footed but probably slower, or a more lightweight horse that's going to be faster but might risk, terrain. Brittany, you're like against what? Do you have horse guidance for us? Do you have a recommendation?
Listen, I'm just a fangirl. I know enough that I can kind of hang in a conversation, but also like, I mean, yes, I do have a suggestion if you would like to hear it.
Yes, I do. I want to hear.
They're not very big, but they're the mutts of the horse world, and I think a Mustang would kick ass.
They're fast, yeah, obviously.
They're not the fastest horse they're not. They're very mid, like very middle of the road, but where they're reliable as fuck. They're like, they're like they're just the perfect rescue dog of
they're
like
also
the horse world.
They were the type of like horses that were native to the US. So they were free roaming, made for plains, like fast running grassland style horses.
Yeah, so. I feel like that's probably what Tony has the most experience with. True. So,
Arabians are also really badass.
Yeah, they're really fast.
Arabians are also really sweet with their owners, super fast, hella fucking resilient. So,
they're the ones with the legs that are kind of wide apart, and they're little like kind of greyhound like horses.
They have like really delicate legs, but they're really well known for like the way that their nose like kind of curves up a bit. They have like a scooped face. And really, like, they're very prancy. But they also, like, race across the fucking desert.
Yeah.
I will go with the Mustang. I'll go with the reliability over the speed, because I also count on my own hunting skills to make up for that.
Yeah, yeah.
Also, you're probably going to vibe with a Mustang with your druid combo.
I'm already friends with horses, first of all, thanks to my celestial pact.
People, it's just like, so you can talk to this horse.
I've got great vibes with horses.
Your heroic destiny allows you to literally talk with horses. So, you, I don't know, what do you like about this horse? I imagine you kind of talk to a few horses. What's its personality? What's its deal? What is its horse's name?
I think because this one is a mutt of the stable, it's just so excited to finally get a chance to like show its stuff, and it also really wants to prove itself. And I'm like, we're doing it together. We're both gonna prove them all wrong.
Yeah.
Everything they've thought about us together.
That's right.
We're
We're
gonna
not
show
the
them today.
flashiest horses, but we're the best horses.
We're the best horses.
I've been waiting for this my whole life. I will be the best. I will not let you down. This
I
horse
will
says
do
to
right
you.
by you if you do right by me. We're here
I've got
for each
your
other.
back. What's this horse's name? You have to name this horse.
Felix.
Felix the horse. Felix is a popular name in this.
I fucking love the name Felix.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Felix the horse. They're like, wait, me? What? And they're just like, they look around, like, yes, absolutely. Oh, my turn? Like, they're standing next to, like, fucking, you know, Brutus, the gigantic fuck you black stallion. And they're like, yeah. Yeah, man.
Who got picked first now, Brutus?
Suck on that. There's a bully, says Felix. All right, cool. You got your horse. What are you wearing? Your normal shit?
Probably my normal shit minus all the armor and stuff.
Yeah,
so
the
it's a little
heavy
bit,
ass,
it's just darker, and then I have
leathers
all of my weapons on me.
Nice. All right, cool. So, you all assemble when it becomes time for the to begin this event, which happens right as the sun begins to set. So, of course, Alara, she loves that drama. She loves that drama. So you all walk out behind the manor house and kind of exit. Servants are leading the way with lights and stuff through the large gardens and everything until you get to the beautiful rolling fields that lie behind this estate that surround Phelan, as eventually miles and miles of this transition into the shifting plains, so it becomes tall grassland and stuff. You're in that kind of valley between here and there. And as the sun is lowering and the sky is painted with all the shades of crimsons and pinks and golds, the last rays of the sun descend, you see that she has assembled somehow. There's a box, a little carnival stand box that's kind of raised off the ground. It has been set up like a little party tent, basically for all of the nobles who are, going to be here, the Diabolists that are basically waiting while their champions go off and hunt and such and such. And all the servants are standing outside of the box, around, running things back and forth with their little carts full of wine and food and delicacies. It's actually a pretty impressive operation for somebody who threw this together in, 6 hours or so while having an extreme hangover. That woman must have a devil pact keeping her going, And you see, Tony, as you, ride up or walk up with Felix, there are 4 other individuals who are also, have their own horses, all of varying colors and types. You see that these individuals they're all wearing helmets or masks or cloaks. It looks a bit extreme kind of for the weather and the day, but a lot of their features are hidden, and some of them are really tall and sort of hunched or wide. The shapes just aren't quite human as you're looking around and you see the various types. So you assume for each of the 4, obviously there's you, and then you see talking to Virgil, there's a very tall figure with a hood and a mask, sort of. It's almost got a ninja kind of vibe with a deep cloak, so this black rider sort of fellow. And then you see Alara has a very skinny and tall individual that has golden horns that are poking out from a completely gold face mask. You are not sure if the horns are actually part of the mask or that's just straight up a dude with horns. And the rest of the skin, from what you can see, is solid gold. And then, so the gilded rider. And then you see the one talking to Finch at this point is, you see a long kind of sort of white whiskers like coming off of it, and it almost looks like a goat face that's sort of hidden under this mask of this. And you see there are definitely hooves on this figure, but it's too tall to be a satyr, so you're not quite sure. This is like a goat man here. And then we have Calpurnia, which is like a very squat and sort of short individual that's also wearing a mask and like a heavy cloak, and you can see something moving like underneath the cloak, like wings, if you had to guess.
Sheesh.
So it seems like champion might mean something a little different to these people than you were expecting. And then there you are.
Good thing I left my armor behind.
I believe in you.
You got this. Nassim versus Four Devils. It's fine. You good. don't worry about it. All right.
She cracks like an awkward joke. Are we hunting each other, or is there something going to be released?
And the person you think that is a goat man says something to you in a hideous language that you certainly do not understand.
Okay.
And then chortles.
All right.
Mm-hmm. And as you all sort of circle up, Alara, wearing just a supremely beautiful, sort of now a summer Grecian sort of gold wrap situation. There's like a lot of snake motifs holding it up all over her, her business. A very Medusa thing going on.
Is she taking leaf from my book?
You did have the snake thing. Maybe she liked it. Maybe she liked it. And so Marana, you obviously, as Aoife's like guest, you could join her in, the cool celebrity box as this is happening. And Alar says, everyone gather around. Your champions, you all look delightful. And of course, we are all here at the invitation of our newest friend, Aoife. Thank you so much for hosting this event. Is there anything you would like to say before we officially begin?
Aoife would spin a tale of a grisly, devilish hunt and talk about how this is a long tradition and each devil has its own particular spin on their particular style of hunt that they crave, but that drive to chase is what brings us all together, and that's what we celebrate today, is like her message she conveys.
Yes. And everyone's like, oh, yes. All very polite and and Alar, thank you, of course. And now, the prey! And she waves a hand, and you see that her servants like wheel out like some kind of, it's like one of those tall cages you would see like maybe at a circus, and it's completely covered with this silk robe, so you can't see what's underneath it, but they wheel it out to the front. And she steps up, and you see she's got like a golden wand in her hand, like with a fat like red jewel on the end of it, and she tap, and like in that motion you see there's some magic tomfoolery that happens as like this silk thing explodes and something races out of the cage, and it's just, there's this flashing moment where you're like maybe a person, but it changes so fast. It's like an Animorph style thing as this golden stag, brilliant, shining, looks like it was gilded from gold stag, races out of this cage and heads off like darting, into the hills. And she's like, timer! And they have someone going, 1, 2, 3, as you're like counting down the minutes. You see all of the other riders are like climbing up, onto their horses. Felix lets you know, kind of get this message in your head, like, those other hunters, they don't smell quite right. I just don't. I'm not sure. You cool with that? I don't think they're what you are.
Have you smelled it before?
Yeah, sort of around here. The shiny one always smells sort of like this, but these are really stinky.
Okay.
You can assume the
let's
shiny
focus.
one is probably Alara.
Let's focus on trying to keep the scent of the stag. So has like the gun gone off or whatever? Has it started?
It's go.
Have people raced off?
And then you can boom, you can all head off.
Okay. We're gonna actually make our way towards the cage where the creature came out of, so that Felix and myself can both get a good like scent from this creature and see if there were any like interesting. Because I've never seen a golden stag like that. If it had like a different paw print or something like that.
Yeah. There is whatever this creature is, it's certainly not natural. And as you're looking at the cage, you very quickly understand that a stag like that, a creature of that size, could not have fit in this tall thing that's like a coffin size kind of box. You think whatever was in here was probably humanoid or standing, and then was transformed into whatever this creature was at the moment it was released. What you smell is a very strange, like, metallic. Have you ever been in like a metal shop or like a auto shop? That kind of like almost like oil burnt, like acrid smell is like wafting off of this thing. It's like nothing you've ever smelled.
Okay. If you feel like you've got a good scent here, Felix, let's get into that forest.
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's show them what we're made of.
And charges off. You can see already, you're a little bit behind as the four riders are just like darting out, seemingly in this like kind of almost a straight line, like racing each other towards, like, you can see the copse of trees like in the distance as like kind of the light woodland area that it's probably safe to assume you can't see the creature anywhere else. So there it is in the middle of this wood. So here we are, skill challenge. We're coming down to it. What is the proficiency you are using for this roll to try and win this hunt?
Perception's already been used, correct?
Perception has not been used yet. You could certainly do that. But this will be the one. Nobody else can use perception if you use it now.
I feel, okay, maybe athletics instead, since this whole thing is a show of strength, and I'm sure everyone else has so many boons to help them, and I have only so many compared to them.
I think also, too, if you did want to use survival, survival's about tracking creatures and making decisions in nature.
Yeah,
Is also an
my
option.
athletics just happens to be the best thing I got, so.
I think you'll need to sell me a little bit more on the athletics case, because right now, from what I'm understanding, is that your horse is doing most of the athletics for you at this point.
Well, it also takes a lot of skill to ride the horse and know how to get the best performance out of it. And I think her history with horses and like her body has adapted to ride. She can withstand a running horse
You don't
probably
think
a
that's more
lot.
animal handling to me?
I think that's athletic. I mean, for me, if you want to say that that's animal handling, I'll argue that instead. But I see that as an athletic feat to be able to handle a running horse at full speed or within the full speed within like a brushy area, being on your like in a squatted position for that long. That's intense.
I'll go with you on that, because animal handling's like knowing how to deal with the creature, whereas athletics is you already know how to deal with the creature. You're riding it, the stamina of dealing with the creature.
I will let you do athletics.
Sorry.
If you let me introduce another layer of challenge to this.
Sure.
Because I don't think this is quite the right skill to represent, like, riding around on a horse. I think there are other skills that are very intentionally what this is. But I will give you an athletics challenge if you want one.
Okay.
Okay. We're bargaining. All right. So you are running as fast as you can on this horse. And as you get into this, like, you reach these trees, all of a sudden, things start to get very dark. And you knew the sun was setting, right? But you didn't think it was setting that fast. It's like almost like you pass over this line, and all of a sudden, you're keenly aware that the other riders aren't nearby. It's just dark, and the sounds of the forest begin to, like, press in on you, and your perceptions go a little wild as, like, just the sounds of night creatures and everything fills your head. Tell me a little bit more about Intellect Fortress. Does this give you advantage on things, or it just makes you immune to weird fucky effects?
It gives you advantage on intelligence, wisdom, and charisma saves.
Okay. Make me a wisdom saving throw with advantage, as this, like, creeping feeling of dread, like, presses in as the trees get dark and the world gets strange.
Dirty 20.
Okay, nice. So you keep your cool as you feel this, like, anxiety and sort of panic of this environment, like, creep in over you. And suddenly, like, as this happens, you shake it off and you realize something is doing this. Something is making the world look like this, and it's not you. But you're not going to fall for their tricks, right? You're not going to let it creep into your mind. So the illusion remains, but you're not affected by fear or, like, having to deal with this. Your horse, however, poor Felix, is spooked, is entirely spooked in this moment. And you find yourself being thrown from the side of it. Like, and you've been there before, like, when a horse freaks out, you know exactly what to do and how to fall. But before you know it, Felix is gone. And there are things moving in the shadows around you, glimpses of horns and eyes, and you get the feeling that suddenly there's more than one thing being hunted in this moment. What do you do?
What do I have? 1 second.
It can also always be, you know, as simple as, like, if you're, like, on your guard, you know, watching these things, or you're trying to look for the stag, like, where's your focus going, I think, in this moment? Clearly, these creatures, at least one of them is trying to fuck with you, right?
Yeah, I just want to get the job done then. I want to focus on the stag. I'm already aware something is trying to fuck with me, so
Yeah.
let's go for what we're here for.
Cool. Yep. So as you go and you look around in the brush, you know, you focus and, like, go back to your instincts here, like, trying to push through what is happening here. And a sword comes at you from the darkness. Here's where I would like you to make an athletics check, as one of these guys is on foot and literally trying to murder you in the process to take out the competition. We're going to fight with a devil. As you see now, the gleaming mask of this golden figure has been thrown aside, and you see they're called gilded devils, literally. They're made of almost solid gold, these tall sort of guardian things that are famously servants of Mammon. This thing is standing up ahead of you and bringing down one of its, like, trident-style weapons at you, fully intending to just pierce you right through the heart.
All right, with my radiant longsword, double-handed.
But we're just doing an athletics. We're not doing a
fine.
challenge.
Well, I got a 23.
Jesus Christ. All right. That is a success for this part of the challenge. You end up duking it out in the middle of this, like, strange nightmare copse of trees with this thing, fending off this devil, which, by the way, is incredibly strong. It has, like, a strength of like 24. It's like CR9. So you're fighting this thing and you manage to like get it off of its balance and throw this down. And as you spin, around in this moment, you fought your way into kind of the center of this like nightmarish shadow. And as this devil falls and the shadows clear away, you see this golden stag, like terrified, also bound by the weird magic of this place. And you kind of are like staring directly across from one another. Do you finish it?
Yes, yeah, immediately.
Okay. As you do, you bring your sword around. It's no contest whatsoever. And as you do, the throat of this thing is slashed, and there's a moment, the spatter of blood as it falls on the ground. And you see the stag reverts back into the shape of like a human woman, probably in her 40s or so, with like matted, long, tangled hair and like a dirty dress on. Like, she's probably been sitting in a cell for quite some time.
Did I kill her?
Oh, yeah.
Fuck. All right. Hunt's over, you bastards.
Your vision like kind of blinks, as a way, and like the horror of this moment sort of washes over you. And you realize, like, looking behind you, the trees aren't that thick, right? They weren't really like that. I mean, you can see starlight and moonlight now in the sky, and it doesn't take you long to like pick your way out of this little tree clump here, with bringing the body of this woman, I'm assuming, as is
Yeah,
rules.
she's holding her this way.
Yeah. And Felix is like waiting right there for you. He's like, I am so sorry. It got so scary. What about those other guys? And you're seeing he's like, I was fighting them off. They were like really, and you look around and the three other writers are like ominously sitting with their shoulders like like all around you.
It's okay, Felix. We got there. You brought me to the prize, and frankly, I'm glad that you didn't have to see me do this. So, thank you for taking me as far as you could.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, they weren't playing fair. We'll get them next time, though.
Yeah.
And you bring the creature back and all the other like trailing things behind you, the writers that go back to their own individual nobles, and there's like a rousing cheer that goes up, yay, as they see you bring back the stag. And how do you present this corpse to your lady?
I'll carry her up to the tent, like right in front of all of these diabolists, and hold her like this and be like, your prize, and gently lay her down.
Yeah.
And walk away.
You're presented. And yeah, Marana, you're there as well, as you see this body. Yeah. Yes,
I have a question.
Yeah.
To onlookers, as Tony is ascended, is the dead body in the shape of the worn woman or still as a golden stag?
Oh, it's a woman
onlookers?
Now. It's the woman. You're all seeing so
there's
Tony's walking up with a pieta moment here, and no one here, none of these diabolists or their posse or their servants seem the least bit surprised about this. And if they are hiding
they cheering?
Yep, clapping politely, like, yeah, good job, you did it.
Aoife chokes down what feeling she has, and she, as Tony lays her down gently, and Aoife makes a big show to be like, this is not a big deal, and will raise up her hand and be like, my champion!
Yay!
Yeah.
Everyone is,
Tony like is clearly trying to hide things and in the way she feels about this, and doesn't give any kind of acknowledgement to the other diabolists other than like looks at Aoife and like gives a very solemn bow to her and stands behind her afterwards.
Yeah, and Aoife, once things settle down, Alara sort of leans into you and is like, I thought you might appreciate that. You know, Poenya, someone who wronged me, just felt right.
We love a touch of, just a little surprise. Always likes to spice things up. Well played.
And she giggles, like slaps your knee coyly, like, I thought you would. You. And there's much revelry and many drinks are had, and the other Diabolists seem to, not Alara, she's like, okay, whatever, clearly I have to play host and this is fine. But the other three Diabolists you see head over to their riders and seem to share some words, some close words with them for making them look bad. You don't think they're going to have a super fun time either after this, but they all sort of scatter off. And you all are, Alara's like, more drinking back at the house, but this heat, my lord. And she's just, to the garden, we've assembled a tent and some light entertainment for the evening, some dancers from Phelan, a few friends of mine. Though I'm sure they're not as good as you, dear, she says, and, winks. And that's the biz. So another success. So that means you have 4 successes of the 6 required to win this challenge. So y'all are cruising. All right. Did we want to talk about anything in character or anything before we slide right into Marana's turn? And then also we want to talk a little bit about Marana, how we're leaning into setting up this conversation with Virgil post-hunt and how that's going to be framed.
I think Eva would want to take a moment as we're all heading to the garden party to catch Tony and Marana. And with this face that says, we're laughing and having such a great time. You were so successful, Eva says. I'm so sorry that you had to get put through this. I should have known better. I should have warned you. When she said that she was going to release the prey, I assumed some kind of beast. I did not. Tony, this is not on you.
Thank you, Aoife. I don't blame you either. You don't need to apologize. I didn't know it would. I mean, I had a sense that it wasn't a real stag, but we have a bigger goal here, so I'll make up for this some other way.
Marana, do you think perhaps you could lay her to rest?
I would absolutely love to. I think we're gonna have to. Well, I can be very sneaky. I'm going to have to do this later. Now seems a little bit.
Yeah, you're not
obvious.
Sure what happened to the body or what they've done with it.
Oh, okay.
If there was a cleanup, effort, just like, people were tossing plates and cups into the trash, you assumed someone else.
On that note, I'm going to say to both Eva and Tony, because I think I have a little bit of knowledge about this, just having a little bit of. Did we establish that? My time in the underworld, I kind of Did we talk about this?
I mean, I think you're a cleric and you know everything you trained about as a cleric and you understand who Hades is.
Okay.
And
so I'm just gonna say, listen, we're dealing with people that worship devils. So what we just experienced, I think I needed a reality check. And here's the reality check. We can't be surprised by that. That's devil light.
Yeah.
The other stuff that they're going to get into is going to be,
that was fun for them.
This is a garden party. The shit that they get into behind closed doors and the fact that they think that they need to close doors, you know what I mean? This is stuff that they do out in the open.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely, they probably threw that poor woman's body in the trash, like all of the solo cups from our garden party. I will find her and lay her to rest 1,000%. Tony, you need to be careful. I think that the servants probably have some level of loyalty, but they're probably more scared of getting in trouble. And
you probably recognized a few of those faces of the servant. They were smiling and clapping, but that's a well-trained mask.
also your horse.
As we enter into the garden party and enjoy some light refreshments.
I think I probably communicate to you guys like I'm gonna keep flirting with Virgil.
Yeah. Let
It's
us know if you
weird.
need anything.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
I'm gonna look really like I'm enjoying it, but this is a mission, so here we go.
All right. Do you have, before we kind of dive in to help sort of steer this, because last time you had a pretty flirty, a lot of sharing basic conversation. So I'm looking for something different from this because the same tactic won't get you results again.
Right.
So what is the skill you're thinking about using for this, and what is going to be like your the new tactic, right, you're taking with him? Let's talk about that a little before we, role play.
Got it. Because I think it's fair to say it took Morana and Virgil by surprise, maybe.
Yeah.
What can you remind me what I was using?
I think you were using insight. It was either insight or persuasion. I can't remember, but I know both are core proficiencies. So I think
Well, shit.
insight. I'm pretty sure
Damn.
because you were trying to read.
It probably was because that's what I want to
you're good
use
at.
now.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I want to use insight now, so I think it's a safe bet that that's what
That
I was
probably
using
what you
last
used
time.
before. So what's the
So-
different tactic? Yeah, you're gonna take.
I think the different tactic. I got to know him enough that we kind of like got flirty enough that he wanted to say hi on an unconscious level. I think it would
I
probably
wanted you to dream a little dream of me.
Yeah. And I was like, we're gonna go to the library together and like talk about Miyazaki movies we enjoy instead. I think I might want to do. Oh my god, Sage or Nassim, if you guys have any suggestions. I don't know. Honestly, like, I'll take a suggestion. Truly.
Because also, I mean, if you feel like this avenue might be too difficult or something else, you can always try something else, right? There are still plenty of other people here, or you don't have to have a direct conversation with him to get something out of him. I don't know, you could stealth and sneak around his room and find his secrets, or like you could try to steal something out of his pocket, or you could, intimidate him with your godness, or. Yeah, I mean,
How
that
about
would
this?
be a tough sell, but,
I'll tell you what I would like to do. I think that have established a sincere connection,
Yeah.
even though the intentions or motives might be a little bit muddled. I did kind of fucking I'm like, oh, he's interesting, and since he could be lying, but like, I'm gonna role play her.
You got a sincerity about him, and you're really good at reading people, and it is one of those things where, again, the most devilish devils, the most insidious ones, are the ones that are very human, the ones that are
Bad
relatable,
and broken.
the ones that, they know what they're about. And you got that sense from him.
I think maybe my gut's telling me to do religion for this. Okay. I think I can maybe. This is weird because I'm not used to playing a cleric, but I think I could probably use religion in a creative way to talk to him, because religion goes both ways, and he worships somebody too. So I think religion might be a good, I'm going to go with religion.
But remember, so we want to frame this in the context of how this is furthering Aoife's goal. So do you have an idea on how that's going to play in?
I think that because of the level of comfortable, we just met sincerity. It's coming from a place of, I want to get to know you. I'm Aoife's friend. but I'm like also a unique guest here. And how can I have this work towards Aoife? Actually, maybe now would be a great time to like get deeper into the I can relate to you, yes, anding. I think my friend deserves to be here too.
Sure. Okay.
And that we can religiously flex with. He seems like he might be interested in like a philosophical conversation. And by that I mean let's express our religious fucking beliefs or fucking doctrines and yeah. Okay, that's my
Because he's aligned with Asmodeus, who's all about the pursuit of power. And so I think getting into that conversation of like, why did you, what about Asmodeus intrigued you, and asking about those like pivotal moments in their life that kind of led to this, and using that pressure of like, you made this choice for a reason. What is it?
Yeah.
And my friends, I'm here as a homie. I'm also actively participating in this. So we're kind of making similar choices. And I would love for you to tell me about that process from your perspective.
Sure. Yeah, so you all, walk into the garden party, and there's a feeling of merriment around. You do notice now that other people have been invited to this one. The event before seemingly was just for the Diabolists and their inner circle, but all the other people, that were at the masquerade and are now, hair of the dog in it, woken up for their hangovers, are joined here, ready to party into the evening here. So you stroll into a nice festive. It's a little more muted than yesterday, because let's be honest, the big Friday night party was the big one, and this is fun in the sun hour. But you see, you very quickly spot Virgil. He's they've set up like one of those big sort of circus style tents, and there are like they've drug furniture out here, and there are lots of pillows. It's got sort of a very acute like Moroccan lounge vibe. They've even set up some like hookahs, and everybody's having a pretty good time. Somebody's smoking some meat over there, and you see him lounging on smoking some meat. I got her, guys. Some shawarma.
Sorry. Like hookahs and tea and Moroccan, and then a meat smoker just on the corner.
It's like a fancy barbecue.
No, tell me about the like creaks as it opens as they're okay, sorry.
No, it's a whole situation. They're professionals. They're professional meat roasters. As this is happening over here, so they're gonna serve food. It's gonna be great. It smells delicious.
Oh yeah.
Smells delicious. And Virgil is like draped over, one of these low couches, talking to some people in the circle that you recognize, from the party last night. What's your opening line?
I think I might just kind of walk up. When I make eye contact with him, I'm just going to like very I don't know, very comfortably sit down on one of the chairs that's in that, like, how group conversations go, right? Like, this is where sometimes you can just like sit down and like fake it till you make it. So I'm just going to casually just sit down and like pleasantly, passively, like, we made eye contact and I'm just here and present and, I'll wait to be acknowledged. Yeah. And I'm just participating passively in the conversation.
Yeah, and Virgil he does the polite thing where he waits for the person who is like talking to the group to like kind of finish their story. And in the natural pause, he goes, "Marana, it's a pleasure to see you. Everyone, have you met Marana?" And does the thing, and they all, say their names and greet, and just like slides past you. Like, okay, these 4 or 5 people here. Yeah.
Can I remember some random person's name?
Yes.
I don't know. I want to try to do some like impressive shit.
Yes, this guy's name, one of the other taller men who's sort of like human, around the same age. Like you get the sense that maybe they work together. This individual is named, oh my god, no names. Sage, name.
Tony.
Tony.
Oh shit! Not Tony. No,
That's
no,
fine.
not Tony.
Not Tony. That's so confusing. Yeah.
Todd.
Warwick Blacktide.
Warwick is good. This is
Warwick.
Warwick Blacktide. Damn. All right.
Good name.
Yeah.
Love it.
Okay. See, heat killing me, but thank you, name
So,
generator.
Virgil
Take a
gives
point
that
of not inspiration. Luck. Shit. Right. That mechanic I invented. All right. Warwick.
who?
Yeah.
So, Virgil's like, oh, hello, Marana. And I'm like, hello. It's nice to see everyone. Warwick, you look in good spirits. Like, just trying to, like, extend that little societal bullshit.
You also you think you remember these two? Yeah, they work together, and Warwick is like a wine supplier or something. That's like the tie-in. Somehow.
I'll take that. I'll schmooze the fuck out of it. I'll be like, it's lovely to see everyone. Warwick, lovely to see you. Did you pick the fine selection that's at our table today?
I said, oh, I did actually provide some of the vintage football. I thought it was very charming. Automatically these people are like, oh, yes, look at her. Oh. So, and Virgil has the smile on his face, the quiet, like, yay, all my friends are getting along. Isn't that nice?
Oh, my God.
So very relaxed. You're keeping him relaxed in the position of social power.
I will now engage in whatever bullshit small talk to get through until I basically am waiting until he gives me an indicator. Like, I have made my presence known. I came and sat down here, so it's his turn. So I'm going to engage in polite social small talk, being charming as fuck, until he maybe gives me an indicator that he wants to.
Yeah, and
Let's
I think
take a stroll around the garden.
After a while, the friends are like, haha, we'll make some excuses, and he stands up. He's like, "Do you care for a stroll around? Have you seen the rose gardens yet? They're gorgeous."
Oh, I haven't actually. I love roses, and it's been so warm. I bet that the fragrance is absolutely intoxicating.
Indeed, and he offers you an elbow to escort you.
She hooks and goes.
So you begin, walking around, and it is fucking lovely. It's, the flowers are all about to fall right off of the trees because you're rolling into the early autumn. So it's the last hurrah of all of these, gorgeous blooms. So that last, those last hot nights as you're about to move into the cool and the cold. The scent is lovely, and the lights are magical, and the grounds are immaculate, and it's just beautiful as hell as you begin to stroll around. Eventually he opens. So, did you enjoy the hunt?
Because she sucks at lying, so she's like, I'm going to be honest. It was a bit uninspired.
Uninspired? What would you consider an inspiring hunt?
Well, maybe not using some sad individual that you've been keeping in a dungeon for God knows how long and starving them. They can't even run properly. What kind of sport did you think you were going to get?
I believe the spell, the transformation, handled that, but I agree with you. It was a bit
droll.
Well, yes, let's say Alari's tastes are not subtle.
Yeah, if I hear... Okay, so full role-playing. Hella, like, double role-playing.
Okay. Oh my god.
What I mean is, like, Marana's role-playing. Rudy is role-playing, Marana role-playing.
Okay.
She's gonna kind of she's gonna kind of lean in on this a little bit. And she's like, well, for someone who's all about pomp and circumstance and like all of this shiny shit, you would think that she would want something with a... I'm sorry. What did you think of it?
I've seen hunts like this before. I thought it was pretty impressive that she threw it together so quickly. I was actually sort of surprised that your friend asked for this thing. I know she's trying to impress us here, and it's a bold move to demand such a thing of your hostess, though she seems to have ingratiated herself to Alara quite well. She must really have a deep connection to this Poenya.
Well, I'm still learning about it, but wouldn't you say that aren't you all trying to impress each other?
He genuine chuckle at that. I think some of us more than others feel the need to impress.
I mean that's obvious, but you're here, aren't you? So, yeah, yes, my friend is trying to impress the peers that I have gotten to meet. Everyone is quite lovely and pleasant and interesting. Interesting with a capital I. So yes, my friend is trying to make a good impression.
You know,
But can you fault someone for that? Aren't you doing the same? And she kind of like bats her eyelashes a little bit.
frankly, I'm not here to impress anyone. I think most of this is a show to impress me. I'm not sure how familiar you are with my patron in particular, but we wield quite a bit of power in this city.
Oh, I'm quite familiar with your patron, actually.
Good. Good.
For quite a long time, actually.
You know, after our conversation yesterday, I looked into your patron, I suppose, as well. It's, very interesting that a cleric of Hades, of all things, would be here at this kind of party. I suppose I should ask, what are your intentions in all of this?
I think this is one out of character. This is one of those times where last game I said she's going to be fucking honest as a novelty, because she actually isn't super tied to Tony and Eva. Still, she has a mission for her fucking soul that Hades gave her.
Reasonable.
Right.
And
That's
clearly
hard for
this guy
Brittany
knows,
to say.
well, it's clearly also this guy knows things, so...
Yes, but she doesn't. She's
lying.
honestly, I'm gonna be honest. She's kind of relieved because it doesn't seem like anybody else knows about Hades since she's
And he seems to be, like, he's not, upset or anything. He's, like, genuinely just asking you, what's the
All right.
score?
So she's gonna very honestly answer. She's like, honestly, she probably perks up a little bit, and she's like, gosh, I feel like I'm beating my head against the wall trying to explain who Hades is. Like, when I was alive, everybody knew him, and nobody seems to know him now. And my purpose here is to make sure that souls get to the underworld without being fucked over by like, when you die, you want to pass on, don't you?
I'm afraid
I'm
my
here
soul is already
against-
spoken for.
She kind of like chuckles because that really catches her off guard, because she's like, I suppose it has been.
Oh, right.
And she's gonna not like I mean this in like kind of a cute, like very earnest. This is like no playing around. She's having a very like naked conversation, a very vulnerable naked conversation.
Yeah, he's
like
being really like whoop with you as well.
Well, she's also like not trying to save his soul. She also so she's okay. She's gonna say, I respect your soul's autonomy. If that's what you chose, what your soul wants to do, I think there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. My presence here is for the souls that have gone to rest and then, without their consent, unceremoniously pulled out of their rest. That is my mission, is to prevent that from happening. Souls need to go where they choose to go.
I think we are very much in alignment on that. I know my patron hates to see souls go to waste, as does yours. I think we're quite even on that. My question in particular, though, is Why all of this? Why come here and help your friend get involved with my people? What is the agenda in all of this? I'm struggling to see it.
I'm gonna be honest, Virgil. I don't really fucking know. I think that honestly, I think that we're just trying to have a deeper understanding, and I think that Poenya is a compelling demon. The little that I know about her, the more interested I am, and I find that fascinating. And so, just for the frivolity, I say frivolity. It's actually not very frivolous. I genuinely support this. I'm interested to see what Poenya has to bring to the table with someone like your lord.
All right.
Aren't you?
Yeah, I think you're making a very compelling case, and I think we've touched on religion in a very interesting way. So let's go ahead and make that roll.
Dude, I'm sweating so fucking hard.
And you're like,
right now.
are you? Make the roll, and we'll see what he says.
Well, I mean, I'm like,
Yeah.
I thought that was a good case. Like,
It was.
are you
It is.
curious to see? Like,
Yeah, and he is, and he thinks you're telling the truth.
I am.
I know. So he's like,
I
am
sincerely am.
Yeah. Let the dice decide.
Does this count as an ability check?
Yes.
Sick. Okay. And then we're doing religion?
Yes.
Okay.
So it should be, your religion skill. You've probably already calculated your int in here.
Oh my god. Sorry,
Is it double role playing again? I need to prepare my body.
No, I was like, please don't roll something stupid. And the dice, Nissim, I'm using the precision dice that you gave me for my birthday, like circa 2018, I want to say. Whoo! Okay, so the naked roll was 18. I do have the Stone of Good Luck,
That's
which
fine.
adds
The
plus
18 was
1,
fine, you monsters.
plus 5.
All right. 5 successes. 5 successes. You only need 6 successes to do this. Ooh. So, holy shit. Wow, all right. What I've learned is next skill challenge, I need to set this DC way higher.
Why? Do you want us to have, like, fucking anxiety attacks?
Yes, I want you to be challenged. I want you to have anxiety challenge.
That was a challenge. Oh my god.
I want you to feel anxiety because I love you. It's me, your father. Sorry. Okay. 5 successes. Shit. All right. And Virgil, so answer to your question, yes. And then you have a wonderful, delightful conversation about it. And you are left with the feeling that you have had a very good discussion as scholars and equals, which is nice. It's like one of those cool conversations you used to have a lot in college where you're like, I'm studying this, and like, wow, we don't necessarily, share things. Isn't it neat that we can find this intellectual common ground on these things? Isn't that neat?
I was about to, yeah, okay. I hope I could, I don't know, check in with Virgil again. Sincerely, not in a romantic way, but, I'm having a good time talking with this fucker, even though he was probably evil. But,
But
maybe some people think,
evil. That's...
maybe I appreciate the fuck out of that.
Yeah.
We voted differently, but we can, still agree on what flavor of ice cream we like.
Yeah. Yeah, you get the feeling if you ever wanted to talk to him, it would be very easy to find him. Because he has no problem with being found by you, right?
Okay. I'm gonna say, have a good evening, sir, and then I'm gonna just
you go back to the party, and you do the thing, and there's no pressure. You made it clear, it's like, this is a fun flirty thing last night, but not like a serious thing. So. And that's totally cool. He leaves you back to the party, and you drink and say hi over the course of the night and stuff, but you do your own thing, and it's lovely. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful night.
Maybe I'll fucking hang out with you another time. I don't know. You're kind of chill. We can anyway. Back to the fucking mission.
All right. Well, shit. So Aoife, we come to you. If you succeed, the challenge is won. Wow. So yes, obviously, anything we want to do or cover in character or set up before we move, because you could approach. I mean, you could really approach Finch at any time you want. He's probably not like kicking it at the garden party. That doesn't really seem like his scene. But if you wanted to go find him, he's probably up doing that. Dude doesn't look like he sleeps much, if ever. So, you know, or you could wait till the next day. It's really up to you.
I think Aoife gets the sense from him that he's probably a night owl. When people are asleep or they're busy doing other things, that's like his peace and quiet time. And so eventually she'll excuse herself from the party and she'll take the time and go and transform into her fae form, because she knows that she is not fooling him and that she might as well be upfront, because she thinks that she can use that to her advantage. And she will ask around politely to some servants to be like, where's Finch Latimer's room? Is there a study that he likes to hide himself in? She seeks him out.
Yeah. You... All right. Yeah, the servants are like, oh, you want to go find him? Are you sure?
I do. I have some very pressing questions for him.
Okay. Well, he always, when he stays, insists on staying in the cellar. So try there. And good luck.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. And she'll skip off on her way, and she thinks, oh yeah, makes sense. Cold, noise dampened, you know, all these other things. And she will mosey down to the cellar and give a polite knock on the door.
When you get down to the cellar, I think you can go through, you know, like the trap, and you're like, yeah, you'll knock on it, and there's really like no sort of response. You can easily pull that up, and it's, you know, dark and lightless in the cellar. Can you see in the dark?
No, I cannot.
Okay, it is dark as fuck down here, and you don't hear or like see any obvious indications of where this dude might be.
And she will call out into the darkness as she pulls her wand of magic missiles from her pocket. Mr. Latimer, I do so would seek a word with you. Perhaps would it be amenable to you if I provided a bit of illumination?
Stony silence.
She gives a solid 1, 2, 3, taps her wand on the stone and illuminates a very soft, like warm, sepia-toned light.
Yeah. As you do, you see, you know, well, all the things you would expect to see in a cellar, barrels and stuff. Obviously, you know, and like the winch is standing ready to like raise these big casks and everything. And the thing that's weird as you're looking around is you look against one of the walls, like one of the stone walls, where clearly things have been like pushed away in boxes, and there is this sigil that has been painted on the wall of these like strange glyphs that look very bizarre and devilish, if you had to guess, and it's in something thick and red. You hope it's not blood, but it could be.
She definitely tries to lock those images in her mind to ask Marana most likely about later. And then she will just very slowly, as if approaching a predatory animal locked in a cage, just be like, I've come to you because I've heard have no peer when it comes to your arcane talent. And naturally, actually, thinking about Mephistopheles, is Mephistopheles known as a great politicker, or is he more interested in just like arcane things? Like how does he engage with
Yeah, he's
the other
not
devils.
he's not a politicker. He is like the power. Power is good for power's sake, raw power.
Yeah, power
and
at any
anything like conversation or politicking that gets in the way of that is ridiculous nonsense.
Okay.
So yeah, a little bit about this. Yeah, like imagine a lich. You know how liches are like, don't care about the cost, more power, fuck everyone else. Like that's the vibe. And as you're looking at these glyphs too, you get the feeling that this might be some kind of, I mean, if you're dealing with like a paranoid wizard type,
For sure.
this might be some kind of protection, or maybe even, actually make me a knowledge check, make an arcana check as you're looking at these.
15.
Okay. You have seen things like glyphs, like magic glyphs before, and you've seen like glyphs of warding and like some of these like lower kind of circle spells. You haven't seen something like this before precisely, but you're pretty sure you recognize it. You think it's some kind of, it's spelled like it's like private sanctum or like a, so you know that some wizards can like conjure their own extra dimensional spaces, like where they can, you know, subsist and live, and this might be like the door to that, right?
Okay. So I think with that, Aoife probably gets the sense that he's probably not literally in this room, but it is maybe in an extra dimensional space within this room.
Yes.
And so she will start looking around for like what would be the trigger, like you know, like the magical doorbell to knock to like signify, or yeah.
Yeah, usually with these glyphs, like some kind of like physical contact, it's painted on a wall, so it might even be a simple matter of touching the glyph if you're brave enough to do that, though you know and remember deeply that that could explode or not. You're sort of out of your depth, but that's kind of the best you got.
She's willing to take the risk, and she reaches out a hand.
Yeah, and you like reach out and you're like, ee! And as you touch it, you know, the sigil flares up with this like kind of red light shining on the wall. And you just hear a voice, "Who goes there?" It screams, like echoing, like way, way louder than it needed to be at all.
And she'll start her spiel again. Mr. Finch Latimer, I know.
Who goes there? This is not Finch. What is your name?
My name is Aoife. I am a representative of Poenya, and I seek an audience with Finch Latimer.
Why? The voice screams.
I come bearing gifts.
What kind? And you see that it's you didn't notice it at first, but like sort of in the center of the wall, like two bricks have sort of split open, and you see like a tiny pair of like glowing eyes, almost like little like cat or like demon eyes, like staring out of you, like maybe an imp or something is looking, screaming at you with magically enhanced voice.
As it screams, "What kind of gift?"
What kind of gift? It says. It's looking you up and down like, what? Liar.
A truly one-in-a-kind potion that I think would catch his fancy.
I'll be right back. And you hear it. And you can tell the demon probably wanted it to slam, but it's like a tiny brick space, right? So it's just, there's like a little dust comes out. And you wait, you know, a few minutes before finally it opens up again. You may enter. Screams once again, top of his lungs. No reason to do it. But you see the sigils, they flare, and suddenly the wall shimmers and kind of disappears, revealing this archway in between. And the space you see beyond is like a full, like a 20 by 20 room. That kind of stretches upwards, and you think it actually goes taller, like you're entering the base level of a tower. And all around you, you see that the walls are filled with jars of things, creatures, some of them that are still wriggling and like trapped. You're seeing everything from, like tiny shrunken humanoids to shattering skulls to like little demons and like worms and things like contained within these vials. And something is like rattling up in some cages that are like hanging from the ceiling and like screaming and crying. And as you step in, shush! You see Finch Latimer is like bent over like a cauldron thing, like where like some purple fire is like glowing, and he like swings towards you, right? And his hair is all askew, like he was just. You have no fucking idea what he was doing. There's like all these like you see his hands are stained with blood. And he turns and like looks towards you, and you see like a little like blue-skinned imp like skitters away from the door, and like crawls up on like a perch on the side on a stack of books, like staring at you with his big limpid eyes. What do you want? You have a gift.
I do. I want to offer a proposition. Naturally, our
a gift with a price is not a gift.
That's true. The gift is to get me into the door, but there is a proposition following it, so the gift is it is freely given.
All right.
And she will, from her, like, side purse, will pull out this golden chalice looking thing that's not ours, but is a nice replica. With the
This is not the cup it came in. This is
This
not
one's got
the
a lid.
special limited edition cup that you can buy at the convention.
it was the second run,
Yeah.
but it
He
works.
looks at you like he knows.
You're like, oh, can't want them all. And so she'll present it to him, and she will
Remind me, just for the framing, what is the skill that you intend to use at the end of this?
Yes. So the thing that she will definitely want to use is persuasion,
Okay.
because ultimately her goal is going to be, I'm giving this to you.
Yes.
This is basically a taster.
Yeah. Of how much I can,
Yeah,
what I can do
of
for
like,
you.
this is a representative of my power as an adventurer. You like arcane things?
Yeah.
I could go get them for you,
Yeah.
because you probably don't like leaving your house.
Look, someone just gave this to me.
So if you vouch for me, we can make a really great relationship out of this.
All right. Yeah, so okay, that's helpful. So yeah, you reach out this cup, and he looks like at you, and then looks at the cup, and then looks up at you, like suspicion in his eyes, and he like waves his hand over it, and you get this like tingly feeling, like he just did something magic. And he continues to stare at you.
And so she will continue holding it out, and she will say, my companions and I procured this from a fountain inside of the Blossom Sovereign's own Debesny. There are 4 vials of this that exist in the world. And I know, as a master of the arcane arts, you would appreciate to have something so truly and wholly unique, just like your talent.
And he sort of leans in. He hasn't taken a single step closer towards you, so there's still like a good maybe 8 feet or so of distance between you. And he sniffs the air. From a sovereign fae?
A sovereign fae. From the Blossom Court, the Green Lady herself, we surpassed her trial.
If this is a trick, you know I'll kill you and I'll wear your skin.
As I'm sure you can detect my natural form, you know that while words may be clever and tricky, they are always, at the end of the day, sincere.
Yes, you do have that flower stink on you, don't you? What are you?
I
You're
quite
not a
prefer
true
it
fae.
to sulfur. Not a true fae, but on my way there, and I have also picked up an ally of a more infernal variety. I'm a dabbler. Which I know probably offends your...
Yeah, I know. You see, he like does the fanged like and like sucks on his teeth just horribly. Wow. And he moves like with a weird kind of speed. That's very very fast as he gets like really close to you and then like takes the cup delicately, in his long like uncut fingernails and sniffs it. This will heal anything.
Anything.
And you, his lips curl back. I accept your gift.
Very well. I'm pleased to hear it. And with that, I have a further proposition that might interest you.
And he, like, waves a hand and the cup disappears. And he folds them again. What?
Well, I imagine that you probably do not like making the effort to go and procure things such as these yourself, and I'm sure you probably do have some lackeys, but lackeys can be so unreliable and they're so expendable, and it's so much more interesting to work together with a business partner where your interests align. And so I would love if you were to vouch for me at this meeting tomorrow and in our future endeavors, so long as our interests align. And in exchange, I would be happy to help you procure artifacts of your interest.
False. Half fae thing like you thinks you could be of interest to me, of use to me.
Well, how many of me exist in the world? A false half satyr thing who has a pact with the devil. I have a sense of eternal life, and I haven't given anything for it. Isn't that interesting?
He says, and like mutters and says, "Shut up!" and yells like up at something at the ceiling and like sends a bolt of something at whatever was in the cage, like that rattles up above. That did not make a sound. Go ahead and roll me that check. Roll me that persuasion check. You make a pretty good case. This guy's a tough customer. I like this cleric blessing you're doing over there, Brittany, for these dice. Setting a thank you, the cool air. I'll take it.
All right, that is an 18.
Oh, and with that, my God, you kids, no extra encounters needed. You have succeeded. This wizard across from you says, "Fine. I suppose it's true. Servants are infallible and expensive. I suppose if you were to die, I would lose nothing."
Precisely.
Well then, I will speak for you. I've seen your rumblings, you and your friends. I think it's quite reasonable to assume you may meet with us this very evening. Midnight. Do not be late.
We have a deal, she says.
And bring a sacrifice. It's rude not to bring a sacrifice.
Oh, what kind of sacrifice is most preferred? I should like to...
He looks he stares at you like, "You fucking idiot," and like refuses to answer your question. He's not going to help you.
An important one. Something that tugs on your heartstrings.
Yeah, you're not getting the... Go ahead and make me an insight check if you can, like this man, to see if you can glean what this fucking attitude is.
Natural 20! Oh my God.
Okay. You get the feeling he's like, his insolent is like, "Are you idiotic? obviously you know what that is. You're the archdevil guy, right? Like, you get the feeling like it should be something that represents, you know, your connection to Poenya, right? Like, each of you have a thing that you do. And this is, like, some kind of assumed, like, you should know this as a Diabolist.
Right.
You get the feeling that, I just kind of, like, played a hand. Like, that was something simple that I kind of
should have known. Yeah.
So he's not rewarding that dumb. He assumed that was like a dumb joke or something that he didn't understand. So he stares at you. He's like, "Leave. You smell."
Very well. I'll see you around.
It smells god awful in here, but he also said you smell like flowers, and he seemed to hate that. So your charms are not for this miserable little speck of whatever he is. So
I love him. 10 out of 10.
like absolutely not about this. Yes, so you have done it. You all have done it. You smashed through this skill challenge. So yeah, all that is left to do in this last little bit here. You have certainly earned your way into this meeting that is apparently happening in just a few hours at midnight here. So the question, Aoife, and we can all get back together and, you know, talk about this, but we have about 15 minutes left here. But what I want to know is what is the sacrifice? This traditional sacrifice.
I would love some input from you all. And then she would also foolishly ask, or maybe not foolishly, ask Poe to be like,
that's what I wanted to say. That was my advice. Like, you should ask Poenya what the fuck you should sacrifice. That's Morana's fucking advice.
So Aoife's absolutely gonna ask her and be like, "It's you and me, girl. What do you want? I'll make a commitment if that needs to happen."
Also, Morana's just doing this. She's like,
So what's interesting is, and Poe will kind of clarify this, but this is also a GM thing. You don't think the sacrifice is for Poe. You're going to a meeting and potentially sacrificing to something else, but you want a sacrifice that represents what Poe is about.
In honor of...
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So you're making a sacrifice to another creature.
this is your potluck.
Yeah, this is your potluck offering to whatever.
This is your potluck offering.
So you want to sacrifice something that Poenya would value. You want to give up something that she wouldn't want to give up. Because what you're doing is proving, like, you're giving something hard away on behalf of this to some other greater force or being or meeting of diabolic minds. So what is something Poenya, a devil of retribution, would hate to lose, would hate to let get away, and that's what you want?
I think we need to consult with Poenya about this. I think consent. I think if Poenya... I guess you're asking Poenya to sacrifice something.
Yeah, I mean, Poenya still ultimately wants you to succeed here, so even if they hate it, they might have something worth...
Yeah, I think we need to ask Poenya for her to sacrifice something to further your thing along.
Yeah, because I nor Tony have any ideas for you here.
Morana's telling you, like, it sounds like you've got to ask your devil to sacrifice something for you. And I don't know how to... I'm here for support.
That's not quite the truth. It's something... So Aoife has to sacrifice something. But something that, assuming if your tastes were the same as Poe's, as they should be as a good Diabolist, something you would hate to lose because your devil would hate to lose it. And if you do ask, Poe for some suggestions?
The follower is expected to sacrifice on behalf of the god or devil. Okay, got it. Oh, shit. Okay, let's re-scramble that. Aoife, Aoife, how can we help you?
What is something a warrior of, vengeance would hate to lose? Would hate to have taken from them?
Ooh.
The immediate thing that comes to mind is like a weapon, and the next thing that comes to mind is the sword that we're supposed to destroy. Do we get the sense that it'll be given or it'll be destroyed to this creature?
You're not sure, but sacrificed, usually probably given.
Okay.
Real quick.
And also, if you guys had the little parlay with Murata after this, Virgil did drop some kind of interesting information that everybody here was sort of here to impress him. So it's probably fair to make this creature might be or his guy, Asmodeus. That is sort of the...
Sorry.
That
as
would make sense.
As we're talking about it, I'm like, oh, yeah, this. So also, that might change things a little bit. I mean, he's like, his dude's like all about power. It seems like all of them are about power, but different versions of it. Do we have the ability to grow back a limb?
I don't know.
Not me. I don't know.
With
Actually,
one of our potions, we do.
Yeah.
If that's the truth, I think you should don't sacrifice a weapon. Sacrifice your fucking limb. Because a weapon can come and go.
Yeah, the hand of
But
a warrior.
if you cut your arm off or your hand off, that's kind of one of the ultimate sacrifices. Even though, like, I mean,
I would say a powerful weapon is also pretty good. Like, having to give that up,
Because
a
limb that you can grow back
probably doesn't mean as
feels
much.
shallow.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Hold on real quick. Brittany doesn't know how easy that is in this particular universe, so that's what I'm
In a super magic
exploring.
world, you could go pay someone. It'd be hard and expensive, but you could go pay someone to regrow a limb for you in the city,
So what about our avatar light armor?
That's something I would suggest.
That feels...
I don't know what either of you are talking about.
Basically, because we fought a set of knights who each were like the champions of another sovereign fae, and they each were wore a suit of one of the tarot cards, and they had armor that was like the avatar.
Hold on.
Champion
one.
Can I interrupt you real quick? Are either of you wearing this?
No, absolutely not.
Do either of you use it regularly?
No, we were gonna have it studied because if these people have it,
Let's get rid of it. Morana's just like that's not, if it's enticing as a sacrifice, she doesn't care if you want to study it or not. She's like, as long as it's not useful to either of you and will make a good sacrifice, that sounds like the safest thing. In comparison,
Well, it should be meaningful in general. Like, I get what you're trying to say, but it should be meaningful in order to qualify as a sacrifice. It is something we wanted to keep. It is something we wanted to study.
Oh, yeah,
and that's what
yeah.
makes it qualify as a sacrifice.
Yes.
yeah.
That's a yes and. Like, she's mostly like, if you're trying to decide what to sacrifice, like, are you actively using it? Or is it a thing that you keep on your shelf because you like it and has sentimental value? You know what I mean? Like, that's a more of a metaphorical thing that I'm trying to express. Like, if you're not actually wearing it,
relevant. Yeah, I think it is something that, you think probably something that might have the potential to kill a god, giving it to a devil. Yeah, that's probably
but
sacrifice.
y'all don't. But y'all also have other ways, right? I think that's what I'm trying to establish.
I mean, I don't know that we have other ways, but like, we have this incredibly powerful thing that we don't even fully understand yet. So that's something that is worth sacrifice. That I think
We're
would
sacrificing
be,
our knowledge of this thing, basically.
yes, exactly.
Knowledge,
Whatever
but maybe
potential
not
you
the
might have
thing.
gotten from it. Yeah.
But yeah,
Well,
all right,
that's more
settled.
complicated. Oh, okay. Okay.
All right.
But I think that's it. I think that has to be it.
Yeah.
All right. Any final words you want to give or things you want to bestow upon Aoife before she walks into this situation?
Uh,
I wish I had anything like to help you, but I feel like I don't have a lot of good giveaway boons or.
ooh, I do. But I'm gonna want it back. I'm going to want this, and Morana's like, you better give this shit back to me because this is my special stone.
This is my
But I'm
lucky,
gonna get,
my lucky rocks.
I'm gonna give you my lucky rock.
Are you attuned to your lucky rock though?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Because if you're attuned to it, I don't think you can give it to Aoife. There's not enough time to attune to it.
Hold on, it might not. I don't. You wrote it. It's in your book.
I mean, it's essentially a meeting that
It's
she's
so
going to,
much
right?
stuff.
Like,
Yeah.
No,
I guess
but
With a sacrifice component.
I mean, hold on. It's the stone of good luck. It's got a plus
Here, I'm
one.
looking at
I
the
don't
stone
know
of
how.
good luck.
Someone help me up.
I'm looking right now.
I don't think this requires attunement.
It requires attunement.
It does. Okay, shit. I tried. I was willing to fucking lend
Aoife
that.
My
accepts
special
all of your
rock.
good graces.
Yeah, it's okay. That's okay.
All right. Sorry. Didn't mean-
Aoife's got this, right?
just
Yeah,
take one
you
of
do.
those heal all potions with you for insurance.
Oh, hey, how about you
bad idea.
pass on the one that I gave to you?
Oh, Tony drank that
What? Why? Why would you drink that?
for the challenge.
Oh, that was you're talking about different things. One of you is talking about the alchemist's heroic destiny, and one of you was talking about the cure-all super uber goblet potion.
The stasis potion? I gave the stasis potion as a backup.
Yeah. Okay. I think we're good. Then we're good to send Aoife into this. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Aoife. So you get, the details, time and place, sort of thing, like come alone here this time of night. Don't bring weapons. Don't bring anything except your sacrifice are the instructions you were presented with. So you do so. You follow these instructions. You're not trying to hide anything on your person?
No.
Okay. All right. So you go, you make your way through the castle, and it is really quiet. And I think Tony and Marana too. I don't know if you're aware of this as this happens, but y'all fall into a gorgeous, deep, and impenetrable sleep, as does the rest of the castle. It seems everybody except for Aoife and the few figures that you see that are wearing these deep hooded robes, as you assume the other Diabolists kind of emerge from their various chambers. None of them, bows their head or acknowledges you or anything. Just, they seem to be carrying each a single lit candle as they make their way down in these robes. And they sort of gather, at this door that has suddenly appeared in the Great Hall. You don't remember it being there yesterday. And top to bottom, this door is inscribed with these red sigils. And these are blood, whatever this is. And they gather around and sort of wait for you to join them. And one of them hands you your own candle.
And she gladly accepts.
And as they all gather around in a circle, they speak some words, infernal words, and the door swings open, and this red mist falls over all of you. And there's a moment where you really can't see. It's like being hit with a wall of kind of dry ice. In this moment, your eyes sting with whatever the acrid fumes are that wash over you, and you feel it. It's almost like fingers or hands in the mist as crawl across your skin, every inch of you, and you feel that bone chilling feeling up your spine. And the mist clears, and this black gate stands in the middle. And as you look at it, you feel time and space sort of distort around it, like whatever portal you're about to step through is going to take you somewhere very different. One by one, the figures walk into a line until only you remain. Do you pass through the door?
And Aoife sucks in a deep breath and walks through.
And that's where we're going to end for today. Yay! Hell Portal! Good job, everybody. Wow, you kicked that skill challenge's ass. Holy shit.
Good.
That was like our first proper, style TOV skill challenge. I think what I've learned is, it needs to be harder for you guys because you're fucking
No, you didn't. No, you
badasses.
didn't. What are you talking about?
What did you guys think?
Plenty fucking hard.
Did you enjoy
It was plenty
the format?
hard.
Did you like it? Would you want to do another one at some point?
Absolutely.
Yes. Don't mistake us rolling
Yeah,
wonderfully.
rolling well has very little to do with how easy we found it, okay?
Listen, I'll take like that rolling over like, I don't know, winning $20 on a scratch ticket any fucking day. I think that's really, that's comparable. Like, I'll take that
Cool.
100% of the time.
Yeah, I think it's fun every once in a while to throw in a skill challenge, sort of mix things up, a little bit of rolling, a little bit of these cool, like, mini role-play scenes where you have to do things. So, a lot of fun. Glad you
Low-key, it also forces your ass to pay the fuck attention, too.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially in a literal field full of devils. But don't worry, you guys. You did it. You sent Eva to hell. Nice.
We did not. We assisted. We assisted in a perfectly conscious
different
choice.
Yeah, no, yeah. Good job.
Also,
No.
we didn't assist shit. We just said, yeah, go for it.
She is right where she set out to be. Yay! And we'll find out more about that next time. But yeah, thank you everybody for joining us for this very hot, literally in real life and figuratively hot episode. It is 80 degrees at 9:30 at night. I wanted that.
84.
We need to go cool off.
We need to go cool
Been through a lot.
off. So this was great. I love you guys. No more bullshit. We're going to say a big thank you to our Patreon donors. As we do each and every time, we like to say a huge thank you to you too can go to patreon.com/venturemaidens and donate even as little as $1 a month to the show to pay us. We don't make any other money from the show. We do this all for free, and we make stuff for you. And those of you who step up and thank us with your dollars, God, you're fucking incredible. Thank you. So let's go around and say big ol' thank yous to our highest donor tiers. So I'm going to start off with our Arnie's cohorts tier. Thank you so much, Muffin. That's the one on Drury Lane.
Thank you, Nissa McKinnon.
My homie Tony, thank you.
And to Chris, a shout out and a thank you.
And for our fairest drinking mate tier, thank you so much, Fable.
Brittany, we do this every time, and I love that I get you every time. What's up, girl?
Markalai, beautiful name. Thank you so much.
And to Noon from our Discord server, a gracious thank you.
And a thank you to you, Miriam.
Also, Steven, what's up?
And finally, Cinnamon Toast Punch. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, all you beautiful, lovely, wonderful humans. I have been your dungeon master, Celeste Konowich.
I have been your schmoozing fucking cleric, Marana, played by Brittany Quintero.
I have been your lightly traumatized orc fighter, druid, Tony Silvertail.
And I am Sage, and I have been your smug satyr bard, Aoife Flannery.
Hell yeah. Y'all did great. We'll see how you do next time. But until then, everybody, venture away!